I would describe myself as quirky and unique, and I'm a bit of a weirdo. I would say also that I'm probably a little bit complicated. I try my best to be happy and figure out how to be happy. Art is very prominent in my life. I'm an artist and I'm constantly creating. Now that I'm an adult, all the stuff that I wanted to do as a kid, I'm actually doing in my own house. I live differently because I am so authentically myself. Oldest wins. It's been an amazing home. We've lived here. This is the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my entire life. And it's definitely a home for us. I love it here. I like this game. Oh, what does it mean when I get it? My mom was living here and she said, why don't you come up to Fort Mac for the summer and just work and then you can go back to BC. And I had nothing to lose, so I did it. I drove up with my beat up Cavalier, came here for 3 months, and I'm going on my 11th year. When I first moved in, this house was totally beige. I don't know why people do that, but they paint everything totally beige. It was brutal and had pleather curtains. Not good. So the first thing that changed, I painted my bedroom and my son's bedroom, and then just slowly worked my way around the house. I'm a very vibrant, eccentric person, so I have a lot of vibrant, eccentric artwork or just my wall color. That's my nature. I just tried to make the art and my home a positive place and a positive experience. Okay, what do we need for French toast? Do you remember? You want to grab some... Oh! Oh, that was close. I have a 6-year-old son named Mason. So I grew up in Surrey, BC. My mom struggled a lot with depression, so we moved a lot. The bills weren't paid very often. There wasn't always groceries. It got worse as I got older. I moved out when I was probably about 16.
Yeah, you don't have to do it the whole time, just one.
The big drive behind how hard I work is to give him stability and give him a good home and a place that, you know, he can make memories and go back to one day.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're done.
I went to art college for a semester. I learned not to spend money to learn. So instead of going to school for art, I decided to turn my life into an art project and just get paid to learn and learn as I go. That's how I express myself. When something's bothering me, I write it or I draw it, or yeah, I'm just constantly being creative. Art comes so naturally to me, and it's been a tool in my life that I've used to just cope when I'm happy, cope when I'm sad, cope when I'm bored, cope when I'm frustrated. Like even as a small kid, you know, if I had my hands on a box of crayons and a couple of sheets of paper, I was in my glory. Well, from my point of view, the wildfires affected the community negatively. Our whole city is surrounded by burnt trees, and it's one thing to come back and have to rebuild, but it's another thing to see it every day, everywhere you go. I made this painting right after we got back from evacuation, and this was just to build some beauty around a negative situation. I really believe that when things like that happen, it forces you to turn and look at who you really are and what's really important to you. And it gave us an opportunity to come together as a community and be kind to each other and support each other and see each other through different eyes instead of through like what we have or what we work hard for, and more about who we are and how we help each other. And you don't get experiences like that any other way. I definitely see art in all things. Just because I've been conditioned to see beauty in anything growing up in a little bit darker circumstances. My mom was struggling with her own stuff. My mom did her very best. Considering the life that she had growing up, my mom did a great job. But yeah, there was definitely an absent, like her body could be there, but her mind wasn't present. She had a lot of stuff going on, and I don't fault her for that at all, but I definitely have learned from that and used her life to make mine better. And that's the goal for Mason too. Sit on that side. I'll paint this side. Which brush do you want? That one? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Art is a huge part of my relationship with my son. He's very artistic, and it's a big way how we connect together. He likes to draw in color, and we create together. I've been a single parent for 4 years. I wasn't prepared to be a single parent. I didn't think it was going to happen. It can be very tricky. It's frustrating when you want something to go a specific way and it doesn't, and it's not in your control. That's hard. The values that I would love for my son to grow up with relating to art and home is I would probably want him to feel comfortable to be himself and to be creative no matter what other people thought. I do murals often for kids, and I had to give my kid a mural. So he chose this. He wanted dinosaurs, and then he wanted a couple of birds. So this is how I draw my stuff out. I just put some chalk on the wall and make sure it all is weighted, and then as soon as we have everything where it's supposed to be, then I just start painting. Home to me is somewhere where you feel safe and loved and warm. Somewhere where you get fed, somewhere where you have a warm bed, somewhere where you have clean clothes, somewhere where you make memories. We are in the multi-purpose art stuff room, kind of like a giant junk drawer of art supplies and creative stuff. A blank canvas means to me there's just so many possibilities to be able to influence somebody or create something or make something. Painting and being an artist teaches me a lot of qualities probably that I've lacked. It teaches me how to be patient. It teaches me a lot of self-awareness. So a big thing that's important as an artist is if you're getting frustrated and you're trying to create something and make it happen and it's just not working, knowing when to walk away for a little bit and come back with fresh eyes and a fresh attitude. So it's made me very super aware and self-aware. This is my bedroom. So this was again for my exhibition. I was trying to create positive vibes. I 100% feel vulnerable. People are gonna say whether they like it or they don't like it. People will talk about it. People will, that's just the nature, and you have to be open for that to happen in order for people to get good experiences from it. I'm a big into dream boards and just creating visuals of things that I want to bring to my life. So this is just like a lot of powerful messages that I wanted to make prominent in my life while I was going through a hard time, going through a breakup. On these smaller canvases, I like to sign my name with my thumbprint. So this will prove that I was actually here on the planet you know, we rent these bodies and we're only here for a short period of time, and I think the only thing that you really have is how you affect the world and how you affect other people. And my goal is to leave a legacy behind, whether that be through art, whether that be through my son. Maybe I help raise a human being that will take this planet in a more positive direction. Maybe I encourage or inspire people to take the planet in a more positive direction. I often think about my mom, and I just think that maybe if she would have had some more positive influence and people to look up to, her life could have gone in a totally different direction and she'd still be here. For the longest time, because growing up I lacked a home and consistency and a place to go, I felt like that's what I always wanted, and getting that would make me happy. And now that I have it, and I love our home, and I love that Mason has a consistent place, and our neighbors are great, it definitely makes me realize that it's not about like a structure, it's not about a place, it's just more about a frame of mind. And home is definitely something that comes from inside of you.